What would you do if someone you loved dearly became a stranger before your eyes? How would you cope if the person you once shared a world with began speaking a language you could not understand and no longer knew who you were? Something mysterious happened to one family and it shattered the world they thought they knew. How could this family member find the strength to rise above such misfortune? Episode 2. Tragedy begins.
Oh well, he is late.
Ehara was alone in his clinic room, voicing his complaints to himself. At 2:15 p.m., the patient was already 15 minutes late. The blackened surface of the phone reflected his face, the carved lines carrying the unmistakable weight of advancing years. Ehara once worked at a vast general hospital that stood in the heart of the city. It housed countless departments: psychiatry, neurology, neurosurgery, pediatrics, rehabilitation, and more, where doctors and staff confronted human suffering day and night. Among them, the psychiatric department's reputation stood out, and Ehara's figure appeared countless times in newspapers and on television. 5 years back, Shigeta, a friend weighed down by the demands of running his clinic, called out, "Help me here, won't you?" Ehara had no reason to turn him away, and now, almost without realizing it, his days at Shigeta Clinic have become routine. The clinic was well equipped, allowing Ehara to spend far more time with his patients than at his previous hospital. In that environment, he felt a quiet sense of satisfaction. Without the slightest awareness that this patient was different, the nurse escorted them into the consultation room, just as she always did. Like a scene in slow motion, a couple in their late 30s entered the consultation room, moving gently, clinging closely to the couple's backs. Two small children, like twins, scurried along behind them. Ehara's eyes were drawn to the boy. Having already heard from Yoshino, he immediately knew this child was today's patient. In that instant, the air seemed to tighten ever so slightly. Noticing Ehara's gaze, the boy paused for a moment and bowed more politely than anyone else. The gesture carried a composure beyond his years. The man, who seemed to be the father, gave a slight bow and exchanged a firm handshake with Ehara. The little girl clung to the leg of the woman who seemed to be her mother, watching Ehara with caution. The man, appearing to be the father, pulled a gift from the woman's bag and offered it to Ehara. It was only chocolate sweets, bare of any wrapping. Ehara's eyes fell upon the chocolates, and in silence he weighed their worth. Perhaps 300 yen or so, he thought. Seeing Ehara hesitate, the mother bowed her head apologetically. Realizing his feelings had been noticed, Ehara hurriedly accepted the sweets and offered his thanks. They were foreign chocolates, their packaging covered entirely in English.
"I had brought a bottle of wine but ended up giving it to Dr. Yoshino. This chocolate is all I have left, but I'd like you to have it as a souvenir."
The man, who seemed to be the father, wore a broad smile. His words and actions were unlike those of the patients Ehara usually encountered, his speech and behavior somehow off-kilter. Faced with this peculiar man, Ehara felt thrown off balance and confused.
I heard you all lived in Australia.
Yeah, that's right. I figured we'd get better medical care in Japan, so we headed back. I'm Masato Kagawa. This is my wife Sanai, and our daughter Haruka. And this is my son.
Masato let his words fade into silence, then, with a soft cough, pressed on with the conversation.
His given name is Yamato, though he now goes by Amin.
When he finished speaking, he furrowed his brows. Ehara turned to the boy and offered him a gentle smile.
I am Ehara. With your permission, may I refer to you as Amin rather than Yamato?
Amin gave a slight nod, saying,
Yes, of course.
Glancing through the papers at hand, Ehara began to speak.
According to the forms, your son is 5 years old, isn't he?
Without prior information, the small figure could have been taken for a 3-year-old. Yet with his back held straight, his crystal-clear eyes fixed directly on Ehara's gaze behind the glasses, beside Amin, his sister Haruka drifted away from the moment, her attention gone, idly amusing herself with a teddy bear.
I understand Amin lost his memory, is that correct?
His manner was courteous, yet his eyes fixed on Amin with unwavering seriousness.
Indeed, most of my memories are gone, and even something as simple as my age escapes me.
He spoke like a sensible adult. It wasn't the kind of phrasing a 5-year-old could rattle off even if taught by a parent, and Ehara swallowed hard. Ehara's heart pounded, and a shiver coursed through his body. It was as if fireworks had exploded inside him.
The reason you've come here isn't just memory loss. Is it?
He spoke slowly, shifting his gaze to Masato and Sanae as well. All the while, his heart was pounding so intensely that he feared others might hear it.
My son Yamato suddenly transformed into the man called Amin who is here now. Amin has no memory of Yamato at all, nor does he remember anything about us. There is an even greater problem. Amin himself remembers almost nothing about who he is an amnesiac.